log stardate 5718.3, where the Federation maintains an asylum for the few remaining incorrigible criminally insane of the galaxy.
The force field's back in place now. That means you two are trapped here.
Just immediately. You're trapped here.
You're trapped here.
Who is the new inmate?
Garth.
Looks like a driver's license picture. 3, 2, 1, go.
Like, ooh, a little mental asylum episode. Oh, look, it's one of those guys.
Yes, Andorian.
Corey?
Yes, Jim. I'm Corey.
Oh, damn it.
You said you wanted to see me, Captain. Well, here I am.
And the other guy's a Tellarite, the pig creature.
Oh, wow. They brought back all the old costumes.
I showed you that picture of me so the reveal would be more effective. It's like they bring in 2 other species, and they have to just be the 2 species we've already seen. Like, it's cool seeing the pig guy and the Andorian again, but it's like, couldn't, do something new? Whatever.
In all actuality, they probably just remembered they had the costume in the closet.
Okay.
I like the floating effect. See what you got, Herb.
I am Lord Garth, formerly of Izar, and I lead the future masters of the universe.
I know this woman's supposed to be, like, mentally insane, but why is she acting like a comic book villain? Just, like, take it down a couple notches. Like, look at her.
Are you so afraid of him that you must keep him pinned?
Nice way to goad him out of it, Kirk. That was good.
You're all powerless against me.
Thank you.
Honestly, sure reminds me of, like, Poison Ivy or something from Batman.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of the name. I couldn't think of it.
I mean, the makeup looks really good on her.
Oh, yes, Evil Kirk.
Force field's off. Good. Remain here out of sight until I give you the order to join me.
They definitely improved the makeup for the Tellarite, though. The pig guy looks not as ridiculous.
Beam me aboard.
Aye, sir. Queen to Queen's level 3.
I said beam me aboard.
I said Queen to Queen's level 3.
It's not him.
I'm following your orders, Captain. Queen to Queen's level 3.
That's what I'm talking about. We need more of these safety precautions. Damn it.
Nice transition.
Why can't I blow off just one of his ears?
Mr. Spock will think we're lacking in hospitality.
Spock solos all 4 of these people. He can easily just grab that phaser and just...
How are you, Mr. Spock?
Yeah.
Very well indeed. Thank you, Captain.
Oh, they got phasers on his back. Okay.
I mean, the blue guy just looks totally out to lunch, and he doesn't look like he's paying attention at all.
And I am a wonderful dancer.
Lies, all lies!
What is happening?
If you could create a diversion, I might be able to find the control room and open the force field.
All we need is a few seconds because Scotty has alerted the security detail.
They're getting a little better at whispering.
Yeah, they were working on it.
Actually, Captain, she is a superb dancer. Martha, my dear, won't you dance for our guests?
Anytime you have a green woman in the show, they always have to dance for some reason.
Look at Spock. He's so done.
I am master of the universe, and I must claim my domain.
I agree, there was a time. You were our greatest warrior. I studied your victory at Axanar when I was a cadet. In fact, it still required reading at the academy. But my first visit to Axanar was as a new-fledged cadet on a peace mission. A dream that made Mr. Spock and me brothers.
Oh.
Captain Kirk speaks somewhat figuratively, and I do, in fact, agree with it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I thought he was just going to go, no, we're not brothers.
No, in fact, he was birthed by Martha and,
What you see before you, Captain, is my latest invention. quite ordinary in appearance.
It's used for rehabilitation purposes.
It helped many men back to health.
Is this a Dagger of the Mind reference?
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
It is, in fact, exquisitely painful, as you will now see.
Yeah, I mean, it basically is the same thing. It's like a slightly different version.
No, you mustn't do that.
You really are becoming offensive to me, my dear.
You know, I appreciate anytime they try to, like, you know, build backstory or anything for the villain of the week, and, like, they're really trying with this guy, but he just doesn't come off to me as, like, you know, the same level of intimidation as, like, a Khan or, you know,
Yeah.
any other good, or even, like, a Trelane or anything. Like, he just, I don't know, I don't buy it.
He's not really interesting. He's a little bit over the top.
Maybe it's because we've only seen him attempt one thing, and he failed when training on the Enterprise.
No, Mr. Scott, still no response from the planet.
Doctor, they may already be dead.
Come on, give him a B storyline.
Besides just sitting there waiting.
Yeah, don't cut back to the Enterprise just to have them ponder about the plot that we're already aware of.
Slowly, darling.
You know, it's like, have something go on. Wait, just like, it's a Klingon ship. He just adds it in.
I was literally thinking, like, oh, I'm kind of, I don't know, I'd prefer nothing rather than that.
Yeah.
I'll help you, but you must wait. You do see that, don't you?
You'll have to wait. We need to make the episode 50 minutes.
I've already done my 2-minute dance routine. We barely burnt any time with that.
Yeah. Oh! Oh, okay.
Oh, you idiot. Why would you arrange Spock to come there if you're about to kill him?
He's my lover, and I have to kill him.
Yeah, there you go.
You're done.
I'm very glad to see you.
Thank you, Captain. We're now off. I presume we shall try to reach the control room.
Yes, you presume correctly.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, let's go.
Force field is now off, Captain.
Kirk to Enterprise. Kirk to Enterprise.
Mr. Scott.
I suggest you return to the ship at once. Your safety is vital to the Enterprise.
Waiting for your order, Captain.
Oh no, dude. What if that's Garth?
Beam him aboard at once. The security team will be entrusted to me.
How would Garth know the Vulcan neck pinch?
Queen to Queen's level 3.
Waiting for the proper reply, Captain.
Unless it wasn't a real neck pinch, she was just playing along.
Oh, she was acting too?
Study Mr. Spock will give the countersign.
Oh!
Oh, this is very...
Give him the countersign, Captain.
That was an elite level chess move that failed, but still.
Oh, almost got him.
That was pretty good.
You think I'm fool enough to give you a charged phaser?
Oh, and he didn't even give him a real phaser.
Damn.
Well, I guess he is like some big war guy. He probably is just aware of the Vulcan neck pinch.
You were the finest student at the Academy.
I feel like if he was such like a big deal, why didn't they like react more when they first like showed him his picture? You know, like, oh, we arrested this guy. It seemed like they didn't really care, but they make him seem like he's like one of the most famous people in the Academy.
Yeah, they make it seem like they have like statues of him everywhere.
Okay, so what do you think? We got a little bit left here. Neither of those two guys have had any lines. Do you think either of them will say anything?
No, then they got to pay him more.
Come on, guys, now's your chance. Say something.
Will destroy all of us unless you help me stop him. And he's using you, you know, because he wants the power for himself.
Well done. I've arranged a small entertainment. I wouldn't want him to miss any of it. My men drive her out of the protective dome. And of course,
Oh, look, it's the Tholian websuits.
support him.
So we're using everything for this episode.
After all, Captain, she is my consort.
Wouldn't this be more effective with Spock out there?
Well, yeah, but we can't kill him.
But just like the allude of the threat of killing him?
I think they might actually kill this girl.
Oh, I thought she was giving the finger for a second.
Oh! Damn. go. Come on. Say something. Wait, what the? Oh, is he acting? Come on, just like improv a line. Oh! Oh!
Double! Very nice.
Oh.
Oh!
Classic.
That's Garth. Stun him. Hold his
Yeah,
body.
this is
That's Garth.
what I thought was gonna happen way back in The Enemy Within, but alright, we're finally getting it here.
Can't you tell I'm your captain?
Queen to Queen's level 3.
I won't answer that.
That energy level cannot be maintained indefinitely, and I have time.
Oh!
Ah!
Oh, but he was turned around, so I don't know if he even know who went to attack him.
I'm your captain, Spock. Can't you tell? Shoot! Shoot!
Oh, here we go. That's good.
But you must shoot both of us. It's the only way to ensure the safety of the Enterprise.
Kirk on the right needs to look down a little bit more.
He knew it. It's because the other one wanted to protect the Enterprise. Oh, he's just gonna be fixed now. Sorry about that.
Does he not even remember?
Should I know you, sir?
No. Captain. No. Mr. Spock, letting yourself be hit on the head, and I presume you let yourself be hit on the head, is not exactly a method King Solomon would have approved. Mr. Scott?
I'm not gonna let you finish. I win. We're leaving.
Yeah.
I didn't really like this one too much. The villain's performance was a little bit over the top, but when he did become back to normal, there was a good, definitely switch. So I guess, good acting on his part to make it feel like he is a different person at that point. But the stuff I really enjoyed was all like I feel like the whole episode had a theme of like chess. So I like the guy's whole setup to try to get the Queen level 3 response, where he like sets up the woman to go in there. It's like, oh, I'm bringing in Mr. Spock. She tries to stab him, and then they leave, and that Spock is actually Garth. All that stuff was fun, but it's another one of those where this felt like, okay, we gotta stretch this out.
Yeah, there's basically two really good scenes in this episode. There's the scene where Spock is actually Garth. That was really effective and well done. And then there's the scene at the end with the two Kirks and Spock having to decide. I mean, that's the two really cool moments of this episode. Everything else I could leave on the table. Like, I don't, it's whatever. I won't really remember any of it. There's a couple other just, like, somewhat neat things, like the scene of the green woman being blown up.
Yeah, she was blown up. They blew up a person.
Might be one of the most vicious deaths in the show. Even though red shirts have been blown up too, but that was cool. And then also the scene early on, the first time that Garth tries to take over the Enterprise as Kirk and get beamed up, and he doesn't know the code and gets really angry. That was a decent scene. There was some decent stuff in here, but overall, yeah, it was just a little bit too boring for me. And it comes down to Garth as a character and his performance. If he was really interesting, like a Khan, for example, in that episode, then it could have been more on board. But because I just really wasn't interested and didn't care about his character at all, as much as they tried to give backstory and all this stuff, it just didn't really matter. You know what I was thinking this episode would really benefit from? If they were able to do the typical, like, flashback sequence where someone will be like, I remember on this day, and then it will go be like, whoa, 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 and then show like some type of sequence from the past of Kirk either learning about him or Garth in battle or something. That could have maybe worked a little bit more, but this show I don't think has ever done that, so I don't think that's something they do. But that was just something I was thinking about while they were giving all that exposition. Like, this might have been a little bit more effective as a visual, flashback. But yeah, it wasn't terrible. Had some good moments, so it's whatever. I'll probably just forget about it for the most part.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I don't know. I do appreciate the little tidbits of the life before the Enterprise, even though it's like, oh, he was the most, I guarantee, like, oh, he was the most studied, blah, 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 most respected, and he'll never be brought up again in any form of Star Trek media. But yeah, we never got a word out of those extras. as much as we try.
Yeah. and again, it's almost like I said earlier in the episode, they could have just used new creatures instead of bringing back these two. The fact that they literally didn't even say a word, it's like kind of reinforces that of like, why waste to bring them back? But you're probably right. They probably were just like,
The costumes were in the
yeah,
closet.
remember this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were building this set. They found those costumes. You know what? They create themselves as this like elite world threat. We're gonna take over everything. And like, there's only 8 people in the room. Like, oh, my fleet's right outside this door. It's like, oh, come on, man. It's like, can we have something a little more grounded in reality? I mean, how about just take over the Enterprise and that's it,
Yeah.
or something like that? I don't know.
Just aspire to that, yeah, because that already would be quite a feat.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna take over everything. With what? With what?
What resources? Yeah. I will say that there's almost every episode this season has felt like I've really liked it or I haven't liked it at all. It's been such like an up and down for season 3. So to have this episode that like I don't really think is that great, but is also just like whatever, and it's just like I didn't hate it. It's a little bit refreshing. It's like it kind of reminds me of a season 1 episode of like, oh, okay, well,
That's a great.
This wasn't one of them.
That's a great comparison. Yeah, just like little tidbits of good stuff, like him as Spock type stuff. But other than that, yeah, it's hard to. It's not going to go down as a memorable one.
Yeah, like I could definitely understand this being, like if I was watching this on TV for the first time as a kid or something, and this episode comes on, like I wouldn't be mad. It would just be like, oh, okay, this one.
This one's on.
Yeah, and the two Kirk thing will it's a classic moment. I'm glad that they didn't really have the payoff of that in Enemy Within, like where the episode is wholly centered around having 2 Kirks. Yet they never really did that. So to have that, here was nice to finally see. Well, let us know what you guys think of this one. This is another episode I haven't really heard anything about, so let us know what you think of it. Especially Garth. Do you guys also agree that you didn't really care about him at all, or maybe you're a big fan of that performance? Let us know. And also, quick tidbit: I was looking up on IMDb. I ironically called the green girl. I was like, oh, she's acting like a DC villain, or a comic book villain, and she didn't play a villain, but she did play Batgirl in the Adam West Batman. Back in the day, so she did have a little bit of familiarity with that kind of stuff. That probably bled over.
That makes sense.
But okay, if it's your first time here, subscribe, become part of the target audience, watch the rest of Star Trek with us, as well as all of Star Trek we already posted here on the channel, and join us as we jump into the animated series and the movies and so on, and become part of the target audience.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Alex. This is Josh. We are the TA. We're content's made for absolutely everybody. We think it's specifically made for us, and hopefully for you guys as well. We will see you next time.